All right, welcome back. We're in the step into the driver's seat part of the prototype 1 of Create with Code GC2 edition. So now we want to get the vehicle to move left and right. So what they're going to do is, in the update, they add a translate for the right, left and right. So add a public float turn speed. So we'll add that into the variables in our player controller in the local name variables. So turn speed. And that is a number. And they're setting it to, they don't set it to anything right away. And then they add the transform translate vector3.right times time.delta time times turn speed. So let's do that. So we are going to do the similar to this. So we're going to copy this and paste it. And we're going to, instead of speed, we're going to transform.translate. Turn speed. I'm going to add another variable called mult, turn speed mult, and then that's what we can store, because we need to take time.delta time times turn speed. So we want to set the turn speed to delta time times the turn speed, which is actually, well, maybe we're going to put it in the global name variables then, the turn speed. So global variables, you can duplicate one by doing that, and then just change this to turn speed. I don't know if 20, whatever, but so that's fine. And then we want to do times turn speed. We want this to be setting, okay, turn speed mult is a number. So we want to change that to this. So set that equals delta time times the turn speed in the global variable. And then we want to move. So let's do this. And we'll do this. Now what we're doing here is vector3 dot right, which is 0, 1, no, 0. It's vector3 dot right, which is so the right is 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Left is -1. So right is 1, 0, 0. So what we want is the vector components, though. So it's 1, 0, 0. So what we want to do is multiply the x by this turn speed mult. So we can just actually set it to the turn speed mult. So that's that. So that will do the same thing as if you were to multiply it by that. It makes it easier anyway to do that. So that should, of course, now we're using 20 as turn speed. So that's going to make it go off to the side. Like that. And use the variable slider to move it left and right. So, well, you can't do that in Game Creator 2, but if we set this to 0, you can't do it in like you could if it was. You can't change this in real time. So, but if we change, so now if we change this to -5, it'll go to the left, and +5, it'll go to the right. The only thing you cannot do is do this update in play mode, but it doesn't matter because we're going to base it on input. So instead of the inspector, so now they're going to do the horizontal inputs. So, but they're using the old input system, and Game Creator 2 uses the new input system. So we need to use the new input system to do this. Okay. Times the horizontal input. So we're just taking what we're doing right now and it's timesing it by the horizontal input. So we want to get that. So first of all, we need a horizontal input. Input system actions comes with the thing. So, okay, so we're going to create a new action called steer. And this one is going to be an axis, value of an axis. Add a positive, negative binding. So for keyboard, you can do add the positive, negative binding. So then we can do keyboard, or listen, and do the left arrow and the right arrow. I'm just going to remove the gamepad for now. So we have the steering, which is the 1D axis. So left and right. So let's save the asset. And then what we need to do is we need to create an input manager object just so that it can activate that. So we'll just call it input manager. And we will add a trigger on start and then activate the input, enable the input. Let's see. Enable the input action, which will be this one right here. And then we're going to enable the player steer. So only that asset will be activated. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we changed the X to the value of this input X steer of the input asset. Okay. And so we've got that. We still want to multiply it by delta time and turn speed though. So how would we do that? Player steer. not sure how you would do that. Well, if you just do that, let's see what happens. Yeah, so it's way out. It's way fast because it's not being multiplied by time.delta time. If I can set a number, and we will set that horizontal input. I don't know if that'll work, honestly. But we'll see. Equal to, there we go. Input system asset, player steer. So we're going to store it in there. And then, okay, so we move this up. Set the horizontal input in there. And then we take the delta time times the turn speed. We want to multiply those two together. So let's do that. Multiply numbers. The turn speed mult times the horizontal. And then we're going to set that to be a steer value, I guess, and then value number. Okay, so this, we're going to set that. Steer value equals to the turn speed mult times the horizontal input. Times the horizontal input. We'll move this down and below. So we've got the steer value, so we've got that times that, got the input, and we got this. So then we just set this to the steer value then. Instead of that, we want it to set to the variable. Steer value. And let's see if that works. Yes, it does. So it is steering much better. There's a little bit of a you'll notice there's a little bit of a where it returns back a little bit. We're sort of towards center or towards the other direction. I believe that's caused by the dead zone in the input action. So if you go in here, there would be a axis dead zone. There's like defaults for that. So you'd maybe want to change that a little bit. I'm not going to go over that in this video though. But if you change the minimum and the maximum dead zone, I think this would, and that's in your input settings. So you have to create a settings asset and then you can change it right here. And then it will change the the dead zone. So let's see if I change this to 0.125 there. And then we put this in as a processor and it's going to, it should automatically update that. Let's just delete that and add it back in. So 0.125, okay. Save. And see if that makes any difference. And it doesn't really. Maybe if I change the dead zone to 0, I could try that. And save that. No, it still does that. So I'm not sure why that is. If anyone knows why that is, let me know in the comments down below. But that is it for this part. And we have completed the speed that take control of the speed. Oh, the forward input. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna, in the next part, we're gonna cover the forward input for forward and backwards. So stay tuned for that, and we will be right back.